Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning. Please join me for the special call meeting of Mesa County Fiscal Court for May 29th. Join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Morning, Judge.
Morning, everybody.
Commissioners, this morning I need a motion to have Treasurer Kim Muse serve as our clerk. Got a motion by Ms. Frame. We have a second by Commissioner O'Hearn. Any discussion? Roll call, Madam Clerk. Okay.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner O'Hearn?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So we're here today for our first reading of the Mesa County Fiscal Court's fiscal year 24-25 budget. Commissioners, as you all will remember, we will roll this out today for your review. We'll be working between now and our regularly scheduled June fiscal court meeting, which is June the 11th, to finalize this budget. Also, after today's first reading, we'll be cleared to send our budget up to Department of Local Governments for their review and sign off on. And so with that said, Treasurer Muse, I will turn the floor over to you, my friend, on 24-25 budget.
This is the first reading of ordinance 2403, 24-25 fiscal year budget. In the general fund, we have a total of $9,569,866. The road fund, $2,610,358.98. Jail fund, $4,323,517. LGEA fund, $847,675. State grants, $123,815. Federal grants, $417,000. Solid waste fund, $438,050. Landfill, $8,388,000. Garbage fund, $1,110,100 for a total 24-25 budget of $27,828,381.98. From last year, it is an increase of a little under $3 million, and the most of that money is the occupational tax. We were able to put the entire amount into the budget this year. I had given you all something earlier with a little breakdown of any differences, and most of it is an increase in supplies, equipment. Some of the revenues that have gone up are the Class D monies from the jail have increased. We've got our Lewis County inmates back, and LGEA mineral severance is up. And we've had an increase in garbage fees and tipping fees, which accounts for some of that. And then retirement went down this year, which is great. Wasn't expecting that.
Great.
But all insurances went up. Of course, that's a normal, but that's the difference in the budget from this year to last year. It's pretty similar as far as bottom line.
Although we are exploring all options with insurance costs, things like that.
Yes.
Reviewing deductibles. seeing where we can save money.
And that's all through KCO?
Right.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Right. This is we've had the lowest claims we've ever had this past year. So we were able to get a significant decrease compared to the industry and compared to other people in the KCO. Of course, that could change next year but that was really good. And the other insurances are up all over the country basically because of Mother Nature. Everything's had to increase quite a bit for that, so. But it wasn't a huge amount. I mean, if you look and compare this year and last year, we're I don't know, maybe 8% totals, so.
So when you predict on the occupational tax revenue,
Yes.
I guess just based on what we've taken in so far.
Correct.
You feel like that's a pretty good prediction of what?
Yes.
3.2?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
You're right at 3.2.
Yep.
Kim, occupational tax, are we planning to put some back, because John was talking about putting some back for the credit rating, to save some?
Yes, once we get through this fiscal year, I think that's
In
even
2020.
6 months, yes.
Okay.
I think that once we look at everything and we even out a little bit and we're able to cover everything, we'll definitely invest some of that. No
And
question.
understand, yeah,
Yeah.
my intention is to build up this county's reserves
Right.
back to $4 to $5 million range, and then probably put in some type of legislation to keep it there. And in future courts, should that fall below, we would look at automatic austerity measures of some type.
Good idea,
Yes, I agree.
good idea.
And so procedurally, going forward, we will approve this first reading. We will also ship this budget out, do you think this afternoon,
Yes,
Kim?
yes.
Department of Local Governments team will review it. 4 of us will review it. Come back on the 11th with any questions, comments, but I'll also taking any questions or comments in the meantime. And going forward from there. So I'll entertain a motion. Do we need a motion to approve?
No.
Okay, okay. Madam Treasurer, do you have any vendor claims to be approved?
Not today.
Okay. We do have one item of new business commissioners. We've been approached by tourism to support the county's largest tourism attraction in Mason County. The Kentucky Monthly magazine is doing a highlight of county fairs across the state. In this budget we just passed, we called out the majority of the state fair activities that Mason County used to do. A lot of counties are kind of backing away from it. However, I think it would be prudent to participate with this ad as a contribution to tourism for our largest tourism attraction, at least out in the county. And so the expense would be $1,000 for the ad that would highlight the Germantown Fair for Mason County.
Just one event in the county, nothing about our cabin in Mason or our historical.
Well-
It's just focusing on one.
Because the magazine, this episode, or this, what would you say, issue of the magazine just is a highlight of county fairs across Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Tourism
Fair.
Director Bailey brought this to me, wanting to participate. We already support tourism with $5,000 payment every year.
Right.
And I think this would be a good opportunity to, the fair sees significant traction and attendance every year. However, this court, it's difficult for us to partner and support them because of how they are, how they're owned. However, I think, we need to highlight the benefits of the attraction of people to the Germantown Fair and to Mason County.
How big of an ad is it?
It's a full-page ad. I think each county has taken, the ones that participate, is taking a full-page ad. I have not talked to the fair board or the guys out there, but I have talked with Tourism Director Bailey. And along with this participation, she would be willing to offer assistance in design and things like that in their local marketing efforts as well.
So who is this magazine? Is it throughout the state of Kentucky?
Sorry.
This magazine that we're talking about?
It's Kentucky Monthly. It's a pretty big publication. I don't have the stats, but
Yeah, it's,
they do a pretty good job.
you can go up to the library and look at it, it's a good magazine.
Right, I was just, but I think my question is, I want to phrase this, do you really think it's going to be a huge impact to our area in regards to tourism?
Germantown Fair is every year.
I
Yes, sir.
know the
Yeah.
Germantown Fair, but I'm talking about this ad in this.
I think so. For northeastern Kentucky, the Germantown Fair is certainly the largest, most attended. And so while eastern Kentucky is trying to steal our nomenclature of northeast Kentucky, what I describe it is from Covington over to Ashland. We're about the largest fair till you get across the river.
If you think it's a good idea, and it's, then I think we should do it. So I'll make a motion to approve that $1,000 for the ad for the Germantown Fair and the Kentucky Magazine.
I'll go on, I'll second that.
So I have a motion and I have a second. Any additional discussion, additions, or deletions? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner O'Hearn?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am. Commissioners, that brings us up to board appointments. We have an opening on the Mason County Arts Commission, which I'm going to appoint Christy Hoots. Ms. Hoots joining us here today with the ledger. We also have a roll-off of the Mason County Tax Appeals Board. And so we're going to appoint Mark Cackler. Mark Cackler has served before. That meeting, that annual meeting is June 21st.
Y'all don't deal with those, but they have to roll off, they can only serve so long. We've had a real good corner of, and Mark's has a lot of knowledge about appraisals, and he's been a great member for, off and on for 25 years probably. on that board.
Brings us down to communications team at Skipper's Restaurant. Seem to be moving along very well, tied up. We're looking forward to their opening. Also wanted to update you all that Mr. Hal Teagarden, Mason County resident down near Dover, is the new executive director for the Buffalo Trace Area Development District. Miss Amy Kennedy will be retiring end of July. June 3rd, we will have the Ohio River Way team into Maysville. They're going to highlight their new film that highlights tourism and economic development along the river down at the Russell Theater. Also, we'll unveil the Kentucky-Ohio River Recreation Authority. That is a new authority statewide of the 21 counties that touch the Ohio River that will promote economic development, tourism up and down the river. And Mason County will be on one of 6 counties chairing the initial board for that. As I've been in communication with all 3 of you, Mason County was included in this most recent federal disaster declaration from the early April storms. We will have storm assessors and damage assessors from FEMA in the area all this week. They're actually going door to door in affected areas. And so you may receive some calls about that, but, and then, that's all I've got. Commissioners, do you all have any communication? Anything from you guys?
The Lewisburg Fire Department's taking dinner on Saturday.
Ma'am. Good, thank you.
And Mason's got talent on Saturday. Isn't that Saturday? I'm pretty sure it is.
I think so.
Yeah.
What time's the Lewisburg steak dinner? 6?
4,
4?
4 to 7.
Yeah.
Good, thank you.
St. Pat alumni weekend.
Oh, good thinking.
Friday, Saturday, and ceremony at the cemetery on Sunday.
Good thinking.
Busy weekend.
In lieu of any other announcements, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Got a motion?
Second.
We have a second. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McKay?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner O'Hearn?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Frame?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge McNeil?
Yes, ma'am.